Hello and welcome to the I Do Wedding Marketing Podcast. I'm your host, Nina Adio, a social media marketing expert specific to the wedding industry. On this show, I discuss tips to help you DIY your social media, as well as getting the confidence and income to outsource it. Thank you for allowing this episode to come through on your Bluetooth, your car radio, wherever it may be you're listening from today. Now, let's take your wedding business to the next level. Hey, everybody, and welcome back to the podcast. We're at episode number 51 here. I wonder why I start off with that every time, as if that has any relevance to why someone would be listening. Like, I've got to listen. It's episode 51. No, you have to listen because we're talking about LinkedIn today because I love LinkedIn. Yesterday, I did an episode where I was talking about corporate business, and so that naturally led to the topic of LinkedIn. And LinkedIn is just a place I really like to be on. And I do have clients who are on LinkedIn as well. I have both my personal page on LinkedIn, Nina Adio, and I have my business page on LinkedIn for I Do Wedding Marketing. I use both pretty regularly. And it's a place I like to be at. So, first, I'm going to tell you about why I like to be on LinkedIn. And then I pulled up some stats on LinkedIn. So, that can kind of sell you on the platform too. But I definitely invite you to at least give it a shot, try it for a week, see how you like it, and be sure to request me on there at Nina Adio and we can connect. Before I get into the meat of this episode, I'd like to remind you that this episode is brought to you by the Engage to Engagement live workshop that I will be hosting with Carissa Cruzy Weddings. And that is going to be live on September 14th. But right now, we are in the middle of a limited window where you can get early bird pricing. So if you'd like to get some early bird pricing, now is the time if you're listening to this live. So early bird pricing of $37 is until September 5th. Otherwise, after that, it goes up to $47. And in this workshop, we're going to be doing live trainings with you. And we're going to teach you how to capture couples on social media while they're getting or are already engaged, content that creates social media reach and engagement. So, content that converts, and the most effective technique so you can master this craft and receive the benefits in just 10 minutes a day. Okay, so this is something we have mastered and have seen that you can do in just 10 minutes a day is the minimum it's going to take to get results. So that's consistently 10 minutes a day, or at least, 3 to 5 days a week to get yourself results. So the link to that is going to be in the show notes if you want to join us over at the Engage to Engagement workshop. We already have some people coming in, and I'm just so excited to connect with you in a different way. But now let's connect on LinkedIn. So my first reason for loving LinkedIn is kind of just a personal matter of taste thing, but I love that I can kind of like just share whatever the heck I want about my business on LinkedIn. Like, I'm really business minded, and the stuff I share on my personal Facebook is often what I'm doing in my business. And it's interesting, but the people in my personal life really don't seem to care. So LinkedIn has become this great place where you can kind of just share about what you're doing and it's relevant, and you can share about it as much as you want. It almost becomes a place where you can not it, I'm using the word brag. It becomes like a brag board, but you can, because that's what's expected on LinkedIn, to share your work highlights, to share your achievements, to share your feedback, to share your awards. It's really exciting, and it's something I love to do on LinkedIn. Like, if I were to share this podcast episode, even on my Instagram and even on and as well as on my personal page, I feel like, oh, people are going to feel spammed like this again. But on LinkedIn, it's like the more the merrier. This is what it's here for. So that is just something that I love about LinkedIn. And I love that it's a platform that's left that still not everybody is on and not everybody is utilizing. So you can really connect with people on LinkedIn in an intimate way. So The other day, I was listening to a podcast, and a really big time professional in my space was on it. And I decided to look him up on LinkedIn. And he okay, saw my profile and sent me a message. And what I loved about his message was that he referenced not only what I was doing, that we were in the same industry, but we were in the same part of the country. So I loved that. And now we have a scheduled appointment to talk. And I guarantee you, if I messaged him on a place like Instagram where messages are far more flooded, I may not have gotten this same result. And this has happened to me before with other professionals on LinkedIn, that they're a bit more reachable and attainable, and you're able to make that connection that you typically would make, right, in an in-person, maybe networking event, in a digital way. So I recommend LinkedIn for that. And LinkedIn is a great place to get in touch with some of the decision makers, right? So if you're going on the Instagram profile for, let's say, a venue you want to work with, you're getting probably the social media manager, a salesperson, or if it's a smaller group, you may be getting the owner. But on LinkedIn, you can find the owner. You can find the owner and send a message. Don't sell them in the message. Just say, I really love your venue. My dad loves to be on LinkedIn. So I was talking to him about this, and there is this, he does equipment finance, and there's this chain of car washes he loves. And I said, don't message him saying what you do and selling yourself. Message him saying how much you love his car washes and that you go there all the time with your cars. And he did. And the guy responded really nicely. And then my dad went into talking about what he does. And I was like, see, Dad, you can start with a genuine conversation. They're more likely to respond to that and then listen to you, as you naturally talk about your business, than if you just go in selling right away. So that is something that I love that LinkedIn offers us. According to Influencer Marketing Hub, and they posted this at the beginning of August, advertisers and people on LinkedIn can reach more men than women on LinkedIn. So if you're trying to get to more men, which isn't typically normal in the wedding industry, but if you're trying to pivot to corporate or some more, just some different functions like connecting with other professionals and venues, LinkedIn can be good. But they say 57.2% male and 42.8% female. So you're still getting a lot of females on there. Also, it's important to address that LinkedIn is no longer just a place for people looking for jobs. Hey, it's great when you are looking for a job, but by establishing your company presence, when you are looking to fill roles, you can post that on LinkedIn, and then your company's employees who have connected you on LinkedIn share it. Also, it can create this nice camaraderie for your employees and kind of help with that employee advocacy, where they can connect and share highlights of the workday. And you really can, whenever you're doing a function or an event with your coworkers or with your employees, you can share it on there, whether your team is big or small. And it helps to just further create that work pride. And I really like that. When I made the company page for a client of mine, inviting the employees to connect was one of the most exciting aspects, because then it was, can kind of give everybody that pride of where they work and it being a legitimate, company on LinkedIn. It's easy to create your company page. You can do it even if you're a company of one, like I had been. So you just go to your profile, and then there will be a place where you can go to My Company and create your company on LinkedIn. So I definitely recommend doing that. It helps to also just give legitimacy to your business, having it show up on LinkedIn as something with its own page and account. Now, here is something exciting if you're strictly weddings and you're like, why, why would I be interested in LinkedIn? According to Influencer Marketing Hub, the most popular It's most popular LinkedIn is most popular among people in their late 20s and early 30s, and look, those people are getting married, right? So, that's pretty exciting, and if there's somebody who's on LinkedIn, right, and not every other venue is on LinkedIn, that's a great way for you to kind of, get an edge and get in front of people. Also, what's great is that most users on LinkedIn, once again, this is from Influencer Marketing Hub, who I'm going to link in the show notes. Most users earn over $75,000 annually, and that's just nice to know, when you have an expensive wedding coming up. So I find that the apps kind of lack in popularity helps to kind of filter out maybe people who wouldn't be as serious. This isn't someone looking to just browse through funny videos. They're looking to create connections. They're looking to look up things relating to business or to their values. And that is something that I like about the engagement that I see on LinkedIn. But I don't hesitate from posting stuff that I would on Instagram too. I allow people to see my face and do videos and to show my personality, because that's going to even take a step further in being different on LinkedIn. So now it's not only different because I'm on LinkedIn, right? Instead of Instagram and Facebook, etc. But now I'm also being a bit more myself and casual on LinkedIn, which will stand out.